Daniel Rev Nazareth.
She was doing algebra. We don't do that until ninth grade. They remind us all what America was like in the 50s and 60s. At that time, we were the best by far. That has changed. You're right. Yeah, you guys were like. There was a time where you could come to America, and if you had a dream, you were gonna make. If you worked hard enough for it, like there was enough space, enough resources, enough opportunity and money. All you had to do is work hard, and you would make it. Just think about how wild that is. Like, it's only been around for like a couple of years, basically. Like, it's such a new country. It's more like an experiment than a country. And like, you had this entire continent that was just ready to be like taken over by European. Like, you could literally just go there and found a city, start a city. Like, of course, there was so much space. Like, the sheer size of the U.S. is so vast that like there was enough room. And then yeah, someone gets saturated and a lot of industries died off. B3 Nation. Hey, I was just talking about you, Andrew. I suffer from disturbing visual and auditory thoughts from a traumatic event that occurred 8 years ago. I can't control the thoughts from popping up in my head. Any advice? I mean, you should definitely try to get some help for that, man. Some professional help. Like, I don't think the right approach is to try and get rid of the symptoms. It's to try. I think you should try to heal, the origin, the cause, treat the actual problem. So for that, I think you're gonna need to like go through therapy and figure out why that is such a traumatic event and process it and leave it behind. Like, there is nothing concrete I can tell you. I cannot give you like a tip or a trick to like stop having thoughts. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But you gotta address this issue, man, with a professional. Speaking of professionals, if you guys are looking to hire me for my mentorship service, you can send me an email at lorenz.reese@gmail.com. I'm still taking on new clients. So if you need somebody to mentor you through life, to coach you, to get your shit together and turn things around, I've already been doing that for more than 2 years now. I've got clients from all across the world. I love what I do and I'm good at it. So if you want to work with me, email me and we can make it happen. I work with video calls like these twice a week, and I talk with my clients through text messaging and audio messaging daily as well. So I'm always on top of it. Anywhere you go, you need to have proper healthcare. I mean, there's a lot of places that don't have that. So, it is what it is. All right, guys, 28 minutes in. You got some more questions? Now is the time. I got an awesome client. It's actually a couple from Chicago in 30 minutes. Always a pleasure to talk to them. Why do we exist? No particular reason. We're just basically like, we are a literal virus now. We're cockroaches. We figured out a way to evolve. We figured out a way to make fire, to congregate, to make tribes, to kill bigger, more powerful animals. And we evolved our brain. Like, we figured out how to do stuff, how to build stuff. That's why we're here. But we are objectively trashing the earth. And if an alien life force were to come here and have a rational, objective, scientific look at us, they would conclude that we are a virus, the same way that you would look at cockroaches that took over. If you're the cockroach yourself, you're not going to see it that way, but that's what we are. So I don't think that there's a greater scheme. I was reading this really interesting theory that we were Neanderthals, apes basically, that our ancestors, that they ate mushrooms in the wild, psychedelic mushrooms, and this caused our brain to evolve. But mushrooms don't see our ancestors things from a different perspective, and it basically set this thing in motion where our brain started evolving and around the brain. We were able to think outside the box, and that's why we were able to kind of like beat other races, other species in speed in terms of evolution. Which is interesting because there was even a time where Homo sapiens, humans, were coexisting with Cro-Magnons. Cro-Magnon, I guess they say, which is like Neanderthal people, like ape humans. They don't even having sex. Do you believe in reincarnation? Switzerland today has helped some criminals and the banking system has saved more people from criminal governments. Yeah, how? That's a strong statement.
Nobody wants to mess with this dragon. Say hello to the king of the lizardmen, Ramontu drinks blood. Ramontu's skilled blood wings is what makes him truly remarkable. He attacks all enemies, removes all their buffs, and blocks all of their skills. Now that's crazy. Imagine when you can't stop your revives and Torment can't freeze your friends. Ramontu allows you to live your greatest dream and would be such an awesome champion to add to your collection. So to make a long story short, you want this dragon. Enter this promo code and progress faster to get
On nous a toujours dit qu'avoir une voiture, c'était la liberté. Et si la liberté, c'était d'avoir plein de possibilités, la possibilité de choisir son moyen de transport en fonction de la météo, la possibilité de changer d'avis aussi vite que la météo, et de se réfugier dans le bus.
The thing is, you don't know, and neither do I. No one knows what they're doing. And any time it's the case that no one knows what's going on, yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the possibility that something is happening that is being kept under covers for a reason. It's like all those cartels, all that coke money from South America. That's all in, like they all got Swiss bank accounts. All those international criminals, they all got Swiss bank accounts. So like even the governments. So how did they save people from criminal governments? I would love to hear. Honestly, anybody noticing how fast technology is advancing and how we need it now? I mean, yeah, pretty easy. Like that's yeah, I noticed. I mean, that's initially why Musk is trying to get out of here. He's like, this plan is already like beyond the point of salvation. So we're gonna start over in Mars. That's a straight thought. Yeah, but we're just gonna evolve ourselves into our demise. Do you have Arab friends? Yes, I do, of course. Swiss has a lot of criminals and Freemasons. I don't know. I mean, sure, I'm sure, yes, but they're not the type of criminals that are like that have an eye patch and like you know. Again, like I think that most people at the top of the financial sector are criminals. Definitely, like people that run banks, people that run financial institutions, people that run these law firms. They're all criminal. They're all. If you think that they're like law-abiding citizens, they're the ones who are basically deciding, you know, what goes and what does not, what doesn't go. And if you're wealthy enough, and if you're high enough on top, you're above the law. It's the way it is. I think he's talking about people living in oppressive regimes, places where the government will just take your money from their state-owned bank. Do you think Sweden should join NATO? Oh, they haven't yet? I didn't. I mean, I sure. I don't really have an opinion on that. Have you seen data coming? Storm count has dropped 50% since the 70s. They think it could go to zero in the next 40, 50 years. That makes sense, though, that we're getting weaker, that the seas are getting weaker. I didn't know that. Stars out Mars. what's up, bro? Just getting back alive in the gym. Set the rest of 11 kg bench press. Damn, that's good, man. Dude,
Maar ja,
set
als
the
je
rest
zo
of 11
constant met
kg
techno
bench
bezig bent,
press.
is dat ook
Good
constant
on you,
met
buddy.
de techno.
30
Maar ja, dat
minutes
is ook
strong.
zo van, ja, kan ik ook wel gaan, hè. Ja, dus,
A lot of dudes got dark triad traits. That's one of the reasons why they managed to climb the corporate ladder. Huh. I don't even know about all that. I hit my PR yesterday, 60 kg pull-ups for 1 rep. Great, good then. Keep on going. Marlon, criminal governments rob their people of everything. Thousands of people have a joint bank account from Venezuela, and it's their only hope for food and fuel. I mean, okay, I see what you're doing. You're using like a hyper-specific example of people in Venezuela using like Swiss bank accounts to survive, but that doesn't mean that in the grand scheme of things, Swiss is like the banking sector in Swiss is doing good or great. In that particular regard, yes, sure. Right, I got you. Stars on Mars. I got you. Guys, 34 minutes in. I gotta go because I have like I said, a client meeting coming up. Keep up the good vibes. So will I, and I'll be back real soon. Don't forget, you can always send me an email at lorenz.trees@gmail.com if you want to reach out and work with me. Speaking of that, I got to attend to that now. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this live. Peace.
also, ja, dat is wel, hè. Dat is zo van, ja, dat wordt ook zo wat gedaan, dan kunnen we uit verschonen enzovoort, zo'n beetje zo. Voilà, kunnen we allemaal zo wat virtueel volgen. Maar dat blijft virtueel en online show. Dat is niet, ik ben niet een grote fan van online showtjes ook niet. Ja, man, ça m'attend, quoi, tu vois, c'est... Moi, j'en ai marre de rester toujours comme ça, quoi, tu vois, tu restes toujours comme ça, tu sais, bah ouais, t'es un DJ toi-même, et normalement, c'est toi, tu vas mixer, tu dois, que tu dois prendre aussi enfin, le rôle que tu mixes, que toi, tu fasses ça, quoi, tu vois, sinon, ça me sert à rien, quoi, tu vois. Ouais, je sais très bien, et c'est ça, quoi, tu vois. Si la personne, hein. Con un magazine. Non, me casse pas les couilles avec ça, j'en ai marre. Ouais, ça. Zie je, zo ergens, je altijd zo ergens in die van die winkels, zo ja, soms zo van dat vinden voor zoveel, en dan ben ik dat zo voor zoveel, en voilà. Maar ik heb die heb ik ook nog gevonden, zo van, zou ik in die cd's, en ik vond ik ook zo van die cd's. In de trok, ik heb deze nog, ik heb die nog zo bonsais zo gevonden in de trok. En ja, omdat ik ook nog bezig was, zo van altijd dat. Wat is dat? Mijn online. Maar dat is willen ook dat er ook zo. En dan ja. Ja, I like cars en al die toestanden, maar het ding is, dat kost allemaal wel weer geld voor wat? Voor echt absolutely nothing eigenlijk. Zo van, ja, zo auto's hebben nu eigenlijk ook zo van, als je een auto hebt, ik heb ook een auto gehad en dit en dat. Maar ja, dat zijn ook altijd die bijkosten dat je moet hebben. Die gaat altijd zo wat geld kwijt. En jij ook altijd dat kwijt. En je gaat daar veel geld ook mee kwijt, jongen. Dat is zo van dit en dat. En dan een keer moet jij dat kopen en hoppa, het is weg, hoppa, het is weg. Ken ik niet, 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 ken ik niet. Dus ken ik niet, ken ik. Ja. Maar ja, dat is ook zo van, ja, ik heb nog van alles nog te doen. Hè. Ik heb nog dat te doen, ik heb nog dat te doen, ik heb nog zo wat dat te doen. Voilà, quoi, tu vois. En dan een keer zo wat mijn leven verliezen. Maar het begint niet te gaan ook zo. Dan moet ik nog daar naartoe gaan. Dus voilà. Ja, dat is zo van, dat zijn zo van die, nou zit je daartussen, al die DJ's, jongen, dus zo van, maar is veel aan informatie, hè. Het is ook omdat je ook altijd al die DJ's ziet en die dat, maar ja, denk je echt dat je de enigste bent, zo, en dan zo, ja, that can be only one, en al die toestanden, hè. Zie je, dat is zo'n kick dat ze zo wat geeft, zo'n zwaar kick, zo. Nou, constant dat. Allee, ja, ik weet niet. Ja, dat zijn allemaal goede DJ's, hè. Dat is ook constant, ja, maar dat zijn allemaal goede DJ's, hè, maar we zijn allemaal niet beu, quoi, tu vois. Ik hoor elke dag muziek, hè. Dus constant zeg ik daarmee bezig, hè. Dat is dan daar, oké, I wish you a beautiful day. Ja, omdat er ook veel zijn, hè. Ja. Ja, bij mij is dat ook zo een keer dat zo. Ja, maar dat is zo. Ouais, je n'ai pas à être ici, quoi. Putain, moi, putain.